this one, isn't it?
It is. Atkin will get us underway. It's really windy here. Blustery, I would say, as Bird collects the kick-off. And here we go. The Bulls are back at Headingley. O'Connor back in after missing last week at Castleford. It's important Bradford physically start well early on, isn't it? Because Leeds ran all around them at Magic Weekend and scored plenty of tries, and they've got to stay firm in the middle.
Yeah, they certainly do. They got off to a horror start last week against Wakefield, and Wakefield were able to score in the first set of the game, but they made it difficult for Darryl Powell's side. And the Rhinos, you know, they won't be expecting this to be a walkover in the early stages, Mark.
They won't. Here they go through the middle, last one, and they're still in their own 40, so Bradford have done well defensively now. What can they do against the kick? Here's Connor in the man of steel reckoning, as you would expect. Ball bounces to Ethan Ryan. He's making his 200th career appearance today, Ethan Ryan. 136 tries in 200 games.
Yeah, he's been one of Bradford's best as well this season as the left-sided winger. 10 tries to his name in 2026.
Can the Bulls create anything early? Atkins, well, he's using the big forward Ben Littlewood in front of him there as almost like a shield. Here goes Sutton. And good on his Super League return. Andy Ackers, former Leeds man, Nicarima. Here is Fulton. Been impressed with Fulton whenever I've seen him for Bradford this year.
He works hard, doesn't he?
He does. Last one for Atkin, under pressure. The kick gone vertical. No depth on it at all. Bradford will catch it. Armitage gets it away. Great hands here. Could be a chance down the sideline, but no. Offside. They're in front of the kicker. And Bradford's brief bit of joy is short-lived.
Yeah, just offside there from the kick. He had them on that left edge there. You can see his wonderful kick pressure. It's from Jared O'Connor. He just does enough to make that kick an awkward one off the boot of Atkin.
There's a chance then for Leeds. Their first real attacking chance. Here's Brodie Croft. Gets it away to Cooper Jenkins. O'Connor waits. 40 away. Forward goes Aletsky. Croft finds Connor. Short pass to Littlewood. Littlewood carries. This is third game of the year for the Rhinos. Watkins gets it to Miller. Finds Croft. Croft with a little step. Bumps off one. Goes again. And he's tackled 15 out. Leeds on the front foot here early on. Watkins finds Connor. They shoot out. Nicarima doesn't get him. Connor across. Rolls a kick in behind. He's palmed back and then punched away, but this time it's Leeds. There's a push off the ball there, and Bradford get a relieving penalty.
Yeah, they do. Brodie Croft. Oh, sorry, it was Jake Connor who just skirts back across and finds that kick. And the push there, I think it's on Chris Atkin from McDonald.
He's going to have a key pass. Well, that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Armitage has gone down, just limping. Uziel's giving him the OK. Bradford kick up to their 20. And they get it back. I know they do like their Friday night rugby league here at Headingley, but it's such a vibrant atmosphere, isn't it? A sea of colour around us today.
Yeah, the sun's out for Sunday afternoon.
It is. That's Kurt Haggerty. When you look at all the injuries Bradford have had, the fact that they've got to 7 wins already is a testament, I think, to Haggerty. The team have always tried to play. Here's Nicarima, short pass. Fulton was trying to get over the top there of Connor. Down the short side again, ball out the back, lovely hands. Here's Wynn, just didn't quite have the room to get past Bird. He'll take the tackle.
Certainly came to play of the Bulls, moving the ball well in the opening stages.
Well, they had that spell, didn't they, at the Magic Weekend? As now they're going through that shot pass, and there's a chance for Steinway. Oh, he had support, he couldn't see it. Akins was racing on his inside. Bradford run it here. Atkin, short pass, they need to find a pass. They do, but it's straight to Brodie Croft. That was the last one they had to gamble. They did gamble, they didn't come up with it, but Bradford, as they did in that second half of the Magic when they scored 3 tries in quick succession, when they get it right, they can play some lovely stuff.
Yeah, they certainly can. The offload there from Malla just goes into the arms of Brodie Croft. It's an offload here. Oh, Connor's dropped the ball.
It was almost too good, the offload. He fired it into the midriff of Connor, and Bradford celebrate here. This is a win for them, and the Leeds Rhinos not quite having it all their own way in the opening 5 minutes.
Harry Newman there just pushing it. Out of yardage. We've seen him nail this skill so many times, but it almost just comes too fast for Jared O'Connor. It's a bullet of an offload.
He's almost made his step before he caught it, hadn't he?
How good's he been as well? You talk about that early spell and that call from Brad Arthur to send him out on loan to the Black and Whites, and it's paid dividends for him and his career, certainly. He'll be looking to finish on a grand final appearance before he heads over to the Perth Bears down under.
Well, I always feel Brad Arthur challenged him, and he's, to be fair to Harry Newman, he has risen to that challenge, and I'm with you, he's come back a better version of himself. Balls with Ackers. Here now is Sutton. Sutton drives forward.
He's been another great addition, hasn't he, Brad?
Sutton, here is there is Brad Arthur looking on. Oh, there's an injury here. There's an injury. Oh, this is a problem. The Leeds player there instantly, Zalewski, is called on the physio and said need to come on. Now that is Ormonroyd, who tried to get up to his feet. More injury woes for Kurt Haggerty and the Bulls, but straight away, I just wonder if his leg got rolled up under the tackle there.
Yeah, I think it's, as Ben Littlewood comes down, he sort of swings round it. It's completely accidental.
Well, they're playing on here. Ormonroyd is getting some treatment. He's on his feet. That's a good sign. Bradford attacking last one. Sutton needs to find a play. Finds Miller. A little bit disorganised from Bradford. They roll the kick in. It's not the worst kick, but Miller is so quick. But look where they've turned it over. Leeds have it right on their line.
Yeah, it's a good start from the Bulls here, and they're trying to force into the in goal, and they do.
That is magnificent defence. That is magnificent from Bradford. I'll tell you what, they've come to play 7 in. They're giving it as good as they're getting.
Yeah, they're moving the ball from right to left and left to right. And then on this, they're happy to turn the ball over. And Connor Wynn just getting underneath Bird. And then look at the number of players that are in there to force a goal line dropout.
Long way to go, but it's a bright start from the Bulls. Leeds go short. Oh, wow. They didn't necessarily go short. He went straight into the south stand.
That's a shocker, isn't it? He's overcooked that mark by a good 15 metres, I think. It's almost into...
Nearly came into the top tier of the south.
Certainly did. Huge chance for Bradford.
And they get it 10 out. Brad Arthur, you can't see his face, but I don't think he's smiling. That loss at Castleford. He would want a big response here today from the league leaders. We mentioned there were 4 clear at the top. They're not anymore as Steinway goes. Just his 6th appearance for the Bulls this year. Ball now here short. There's Ormonroyd. Well, the good news is back fit and he's running in again. Got to be careful here. Let's see, nearly threw him over the line. Right under the post. Hackers gets it away. Short pass from Mellor. Good defence, Leeds. McDonald. I think he's been outstanding this year, James McDonald. Really good week in, week out for Leeds. Now the ball swings across to Nicarima. Short pass, Fulton. Fulton tackled 12 away. Plays it now to Ackers. Bit of room to work. Here's Mellor. Short pass, Sutton. Great tackle, Zalewski. In fact, it's Connor. O'Connor with a tackle. Here now is Atkin. Rolls the kick in. Will it bounce currently? No, it didn't. It didn't, although referee's having a look. He's going to give this on the field. He says Armitage got this down. Now this, of course, will be checked. And fair play, Aaron Moore was a lot closer than we were, but I wasn't so sure he got that down.
Well, my initial instinct was he didn't get there in time, but they hit the front door. First of all with Fulton, then Ormonroyd, before on the last play decide to roll a neat kick in, and it's a testing one. But the question is, Mark, does Guy Armitage get that ball before it goes over the dead ball line? And it all came about through this shocker from Lockie Miller. He said it's a good 15-20 metres overcooked. The kick here, it's a nice one, isn't it, from Atkin, but does he get there? Ooh.
The bounce didn't favour the Bulls at all, did it? This angle will tell us, I think. Did he get this down? Oh! I'll tell you what, I think he did get it down. That is sensational if he's got that down, Guy Armitage. Brave as a lion, he was steaming into the advertising boardings. But with 10 on the clock, it's still not been confirmed yet. But on that angle we saw, and this will maybe give us a better angle. Oh, that's magnificent.
What a way to score your first try of season 2026, Guy Armitage. What a start for the Bulls, Mark.
What a start indeed for Kurt Haggerty. Well, we said they'd been the better team. Leeds made a couple of errors, and Bradford have made them pay. And Hooley, former Leeds, that's right, I think it's actually Luke Hooley who's kicking the goal today, isn't it? Looks like Hooley's going to have a shot at goal.
Well, he's landed 86% of his kicks this season when he's been asked to take over the kicking duty. And this would be for a 6-0 lead in a stunned Headingley Stadium. He'll be nervous.
Looking to slot this over. Kick is a good one. Headingley stunned into silence. Well, 3/4 of it is. Those down the far end have enjoyed their opening 10 minutes here. Armitage with a try, and you have to say, he looked no chance, didn't he?
No, and this is textbook of not giving up on a play, competing till the last blade of grass, and Guy Armitage finds it.
6-0, the goal from Hooley, and Leeds will kick off. A wobbly old kick. Bounces up for Connor Wynn, he'll bring it forward, and he's tackled by Jared O'Connor. And Eckers jumps in at dummy half. Well, we saw Hull get off to an electric start against Hull KR, didn't we, on Thursday? Didn't quite pan out for them in the long run. But you'd rather be in front than behind early.
Absolutely, away from home. Rivals round reversed. Atkin just trying to find half a gap there. They're going to carry on down through the middle of the field with Joe Mellor. Always looking for an offload, Mellor. Doesn't find one on this occasion.
Now a penalty for Bradford. All going wrong for Leeds at the minute. What will the week have been like for Leeds after that defeat at Castleford last week?
Oh, look, there'd have been a bit of a... I've no doubt about it. There'll have been a couple of questions being asked and challenges, but I actually think that the Rhinos perhaps would have maybe just understood that that wasn't acceptable and move on very, very quickly. But in the opening 10 minutes, they need to get a foothold in this game. A tackle for penalty as well. That'll be disappointing for Brad Arthur.
Gets it away now to Ackers. Ackers will find Atkin. Atkin gets it away to Akins. Oh no, he slipped away. Akins, can he get the ball away to Ryan? He does. Ryan away down that touchline, gets it back to Ackers. He feeds it infield. Here goes Sutton. The Bulls are playing some great stuff here. Nicarima tackled. Leeds on the ropes early on. Set restart now for Bradford. Ackers, another set. Sutton takes it in. This is a big chance for the Bulls here. One away win all season. That was at Huddersfield a few weeks ago. And now, I think I was going to say that Bradford have knocked on at the play of the ball, and that is a huge let-off for the Leeds Rhinos.
There's Ryan Sutton there. The most experienced out there for the Bradford side. Just under contact from Ben Littlewood. Jared O'Connor. And just as he rolls out, he just spills the ball. Shots fired from the Bulls again.
Yeah, interesting start. He's not really had too many. He's had one attacking opportunity in the opening 12 minutes.
I mean, the worry about this Leeds outfit is when they click into gear, Mark, they can expose any team from any part of the field.
That's the challenge, and now they've got a penalty. Bird wins a penalty. Too much from Hooley on the ground, and Leeds will get the chance to boot their way out.
Decent carry from Bird there. Just leaves Hooley in all sorts.
In the touch then. Casivo's just passed the ball onto the field. We've not really mentioned his name. He's not had a sniff, has he, yet?
No. He'll get his turn.
He will. Here's O'Connor. That's it away now. The ball carried forward by Jenkins. That's a nice run from Leeds. Up towards halfway. And now is Watkins. O'Connor looks for Aledski. Aledski head rocks back in a strong challenge there. And he'll get up and play it now. O'Connor short side to Brodie Croft. Gets it away, McDonnell. Well met by Bradford. Leeds on the last one. Croft in charge of the kick. Floats it across the field. Miller's after it. Hooley got up well. Hooley did well. Beat Miller to it. Bradford get it back. I'll tell you what, it's a proper contest, isn't it? That is for sure. Early stages here. Do it all again. That's all of a sudden Huddersfield Hull on Thursday is a big game. Huddersfield win that. They're only 2 behind Hull at the bottom of the table. Lee Wigan, another massive playoff clash. Bulls are at Hull KR. Leeds at home to Toulouse. Castleford take on Warrington. And the Knights take on St Helens. Ball now works its way to Nicarima. Oh, what a shot! Holy! There's Sevo. We found him. Gee. Kick downfield gathered. Forward goes Edgell. Edgell bounces out of one. I think Sevo might have hurt his arm here, you know. He's hit him that hard. He's just holding his wrist. You can just see him right at the left of your picture there.
Oh, I think he's in a huge hole here. Micah Sevo waving.
Have got a penalty, but that is probably the worry at the minute, and he's holding his wrist, it seems. I mean, it was such a shot, wasn't it? Well, the physio's onto him. He's not going to take any part in this particular play. But Leeds on the back of the penalty are attacking again, looking to level up the match. 15 gone. Here's Watkins now. Takes them on up the middle. Here's Jake Connor. Connor finds Croft. This looks dangerous. Here's Miller. Miller with a step. Can he find the support? He bounces away, gets it away back to Connor. Connor finds Watkins. Watkins going to be tackled but not taken to ground. Here's Jake Connor again. Back to Watkins. Like watching the Harlem Globetrotters here. Miller back to Aledski. Aledski says enough of this. Let's get a tackle. 8 out from the line. Sevo, by the way, still out of action here. He's not taking any part in this set. Leeds, in effect, playing with 12. Here's Jared O'Connor. O'Connor, ball on the ground. And it's a knock-on. And I think Micah Sevo, his afternoon, could be over here. Yeah. And this is a savage blow.
It certainly is. He looks like he's holding the forearm mark, but this from Jared O'Connor, it's just too much, isn't it? Play 3. You've got Bradford moving all over, offloading it well.
But look at this. I would suggest that he may have damaged his wrist quite severely there. Yeah. We were all admiring the weight of the tackle, but he's hit him that hard. He might have done himself a mischief.
Yeah, you can just see here, it's a huge shot on Luke Hooley. But as he does it,
there's no instant jump though, is there, from him? But as soon as he got up, he's been holding his wrist or his hand, not sure, but that is a sad sight. 29 Super League tries. We were all wondering, is he going to break the record? Well, Leeds will be hoping he'll be back on the field. This is another angle. I mean, he's taken out 2 men with 1 shot.
Yeah, 11 tries away from 40 of Denny Solomona. We just hope that he's okay and it's not a serious one where it's going to keep him out for a number of weeks.
Well, they are starting to pick up 1 or 2 injuries, aren't they, Leeds? They've lost the likes of Keenan Palace here. They lost Ryan Hall. They've lost Chris Hankinson this week, and obviously Danny Levi with that horrible looking injury last week. Let's see, he's on the mend. As Bradford, that's not a good pass, but it's well picked up by Hooley. He'll get it away back to Akins. He finds Connor Wynn. Wynn's got nowhere to go, though. Littlewood's all over him. But they are just starting to pick up 1 or 2 bumps and bruises, aren't they, at what is now a key point in the season?
Yeah, it's almost it's a high shot there, surely. You get away with that, but it's the wrong time of the year to be racking up those injuries, Mark.
It's another high kick from Atkins. It's going to drift on the wing. Miller just stands there like he's going for the local bus. He gets it away. Counter on. Bird had to juggle with it. Cuts back infield. He's heading off back into midfield. Sidestepping his way up to halfway. Good from Leeds. Tackle one. They're starting to get a bit of territory now, the Rhinos. Here's Edgell. Just trying to see what the reshuffle is for Leeds.
Well, Harry Newman's came over to the left-hand side to take over Seabold.
Yeah, McDonald in the wing.
McDonald out to centre in his mark.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, and Watkins in the back row on that side. So a bit of a reshuffle for Brad Arthur. Here is Brodie Croft. They'd like to get level sooner rather than later here, the Rhinos. Trailing just by that early try for Guy Armitage. Here now is Littlewood. He started well. Nice run from him. Tackled 15 away last one. O'Connor finds Connor. He's just going to stand up the kick. He's aiming at the post. Oh, he's knocked dead by Bradford. If they could have caught that, they would have, in effect, got the ball back. But now they're going to have to drop out from underneath their own crossbar.
Under pressure there from Callum Watkins. I'm just quite wondering whether they challenge it. Yeah, they're going to do so. Callum Watkins was in pursuit, and they're wondering if he had a hand to that ball.
Well,
captain's challenge, mate. Bradford challenging ruling of a goal line dropout.
So they are challenging, as you said, the decision of a goal line dropout. Will this be a worthwhile challenge? Chris Kendall, our video referee, will be having a look at this one. There's certainly plenty of hands in the picture. Let's have a look at it and see if we can ascertain here. It was Connor who just floated a kick. Now it's all about the chase. Was it Miller who maybe had a hand on it?
I thought it was Watkins that was in pursuit, but it's Lockie Miller. Chris Atkin, is it? Well, might have a case.
Does look like there was a hand. It's certainly the direction the ball went.
Yeah, it's just who was the final touch, I suppose, Mark, but maybe this shot will tell us. Yeah, it's almost like Miller just punches it out of his hand there.
Yeah, I think you've got that right. And you can see now the official walking up to the 20-metre line. Now that is a challenge well used. Miller did have a hand on it, and the Bulls now get a 7-tackle restart.
Well, the Bulls were confident, weren't they? As soon as Aaron Moore said it was a goal line dropout, straight away and challenged that.
Here's Ethan Ryan.
I'll tell you something, Mark, we're at that quarter. The opening quarter has been played, and there wouldn't have been many people who would have thought that the Bulls would be leading this 6-0.
Ball's come out, and it's pulled out. Penalty. Bit of ill discipline early on here.
Well, it just lends into the hands of the Bulls. Straight away on tackle one. The ball is deemed to be ripped out there by Cooper Jenkins.
Yeah, and they've run it with Akins. What the Bulls have been good at in tight games, they've been good at just taking the points on offer, haven't they? Nudging the penalties over, and you get the feeling that might be what they'll do here.
Yeah.
As they look to extend that lead. It's, oh, that's not going to do it. Akers passes a shocker. Miller picks it up. He's not waiting for anybody. Littlewood gets it back. Well, that's a couple of times now, Carl. They've got inside the 13. They've coughed it up early in the tackle count.
Yeah, this is just a poor pass from Andy Akers, and reaching Joe Mellor with Jared O'Connor in his eye line. He just spilled the ball, and Leeds transition defence into attack. Here comes Watkins.
Sevo straight down the tunnel, getting attention on that right arm injury. We'll try and get you some more on that throughout the afternoon, but that a worrying blow for Brad Arthur and the Rhinos. Here now is Aletsky. That's a good carry. Another one that's going to Perth in the NRL next year. Jared O'Connor finds Cameron Smith. He'll be with Wakefield. Finds Croft. Croft with a little dummy, but he's upended. 22 out. Here's Miller now. Will stab the kick over the top. It's going to be caught Nikarima. Nikarima finds a pass to Akins. Great play. And that gets him another 10 downfield.
Yeah, beautiful link up there between the half and the fullback. In the blink of an eye, Bradford have just rolled 22 metres away from their own end here. Connor Wynn, real nuggety style of winger. Difficult to put down.
It's a good run from Wynn. Here now a chance. They had a chance to play there, Bradford, but Ryan will take the tackle. Tight old contest here. Atkin, another misplaced pass. Picked up by the Bulls desperately, but they're just showing a few signs of a little lack of cohesion in the middle of the field there. Now the pressure, charge down kick, and he's kicked on by O'Connor. they're going to deem that Leeds knocked it on in the process. Well, that was great kick pressure. That was a really good end of the set defensively for Leeds. And Bradford maybe just getting a little bit fortunate here with a pickup. There was a knock-on in there, but I did wonder if O'Connor just pulled the Bradford man back.
Well, the reason why it was good kick pressure was because of the sloppy pass before it, and they all got a good look at what was coming. They need to fix that up to the Bulls. Last couple of sets, just been a bit ugly from them.
I agree with that. They lead here, and yeah, I think Kurt Haggett will be quite disappointed with how they've played.
Yeah.
Seems a remarkable thing to say 23 minutes in. They've not conceded any points. Here now is Armitage. Armitage, that's a good strong carry from the try scorer. And just when it looked like Leeds were cantering towards the league leader's shield, Castleford stuck one on them last week, and Bradford are trying to do the same here. Plenty of NRL action. Cowboys Roosters Thursday 10:50. Storm Bulldogs, Storm in trouble in the NRL. Panthers Raiders on Saturday. Oh, interception here, and now it's a foot race for McDonald, and Leeds are going to steal one. They're going to steal one. McDonald on his 100th appearance for the Rhinos goes 60 metres to score. The Rhinos strike against the run of play, and they're back within two.
Yeah, sloppy once more from Bradford, Mark. They've been coming the last 4 or 5 sets. They've not been clean. And the pass is a gift for James McDonald, who races away 60 metres to bring this game to within 2 points. Joe Mellor out the back, and it's Chris Atkin who just presents that opportunity to James McDonald. And boy, he likes playing against the Bulls this season. A try scorer at Magic Weekend, a try scorer at Odsal back in round 7. And he's here again, Mark, at home in round 20 to score a huge try for the Rhinos and perhaps just settle the nerves.
Yeah, maybe it will. McDonald said earlier, I think he's having a fine season. I would suggest maybe his best season. And Kurt Haggett will be furious with that. That is Bradford. Error, and it has been punished emphatically.
Yeah. I mean, we just mentioned it moments earlier. The last few sets have just been a bit slack, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they have. Jake Connor, 98 goals for him this year. And Adam Kieran caught him at the top of the point scorers list on Friday, so this will nudge him 2 points clear again. They're having their own little duel at the top. Connor's kick is good. That sends him under 99 goals for the season. And more importantly, it gets Leeds level, 6 points apiece.
Well, duels between players, duels between teams, the race for the top spot. That try. The ball back in Leeds Rhinos' court. Well, the Bradford Bulls, man, they've got to say who finishes where in the top 6. We've got games against Hull KR, Warrington, Wigan and Lee over the next coming 4 games. So might be able to have a say in the makeup of it.
Yeah, maybe. Right, can Bradford respond? There's a good catch on the restart. Good chase from Bradford. Here's Jared O'Connor, and now Leeds have got themselves another penalty.
It's a great carry from Alfie Edgell. Just collecting it and returning it like a front rower. Rocky Miller takes the tap.
Here comes the ball then with the Rhinos, and here is the picture no Leeds fan wants to see, because Mike Casivo suspected broken arm. That is the verdict from pitch side. We'll get more on that. That is a hammer blow to Sivo's hopes of getting that top scorer's title, or the record if you like. He's going to be the top scorer, I think we can say that now.
Well, it could be his season over as well, Mark.
Yeah, could be. Here go Leeds again. Yeah, that is dependent, isn't it? Here's Jake Connor. Connor gets it away to Miller. Miller now looking, dancing, trying to get the ball away. Lets the ball away now to Bird. Bird chopped down, finds O'Connor. O'Connor gets it away to Jake Connor. Nice pass to Cross. Oh, he smashed as he passed it, but he got the pass away. But that pass hits a Bradford hand, does it? 6 more tackles. first. Ball now with Croft. He's back up after getting poleaxed by that tackle from Armitage. Smith, where's the support? Not there. O'Connor waits. Leeds looking for another score. Here's Jake Connor taking him on, reaches out and scores. Jake Connor does it himself this time. Just enough of the ball on the line. Referee points to the spot. Back-to-back scores for Leeds. They lead by 10 points to 4.
Yeah, you just knew that the Rhinos, they have that in them. They may have been under the cosh for the opening 15 minutes or so. They just clicked into gear. Jake Connor with his 3rd try this season. And the Rhinos, whether they move the ball around, keep it alive, keep it offloading, or just go route one, which is what Jake Connor does. There's a poleaxe of a shot there from Guy Armitage. Leaves an imprint on Brodie Croft, but he gets back up. And the Rhinos keep this ball alive, but Jake Connor just decides just to take Andy Ackers on. It's a low legs tackle. Andy Ackers will be disappointed with that. There's no more land behind him. He has to be a bit stronger there.
Just about got it to the line. Referee was right there, in fairness. Well, oh, hang on a second. Did Jake Connor get it to the line? I think Chris Kendall wants to have a little bit more of a look. First glance there, it looked like he was short. Let's see then. Chris Kendall having a look at this one upstairs. Maybe Jake Connor hasn't put Leeds in front.
Yeah, ready. Okay, formal review. We're checking potential double move. And if you look, Bradford players are in contact, and that's constituting a tackle. Jake Connor's arm then touches the floor. He picks the ball up and re-promotes it. So as you can see, we'll play at full speed. Arm hits the ground, and then he reaches out and grounds the ball. This is going to be no try.
So the try is about to be chalked off. He did, well, whether he got it to the line is irrelevant. If he got it there, it was courtesy of a double movement. And Chris Kendall only needed one look at that. So Leeds still level.
And they pull him down just short. And he can't resist. Jake Connor will survive. See here, Jaden Nikarima over the top. The tackle's been made just there.
Tell you what, when you, when you saw it like that,
his elbow doesn't even hit the floor.
How long's that grass? I want to see that again.
I think that one.
I'm now doubting the doubt.
I am. Yeah, let's get on with the game.
Bradford are coming forward here. Here's Armitage, finds Ethan Ryan. Ryan always a willing runner, but well marshalled on that far side. Here now is Nikarima. Nikarima hangs onto it. Here now is Hooley, finds Mellor. Here's Nikarima, bit of room, flicks it away to Fulton. Fulton back, that was touched by Leeds, but was it knocked on by Mellor? It's picked up by Jared O'Connor. He's looking to race away. Wynn had a shot at him. He's all getting a bit scare him here, isn't it?
Again, it's just loose from the Bulls. And the ball gets offloaded from Fulton. But it's the Rhinos who react first through O'Connor. And here they come now down the right-hand side with Watkins.
Kurt Haggerty will be furious. Since they scored the try, they keep turning. Every time they've got down the other end, they've turned it over. Here's Bird now. Turns it back to Edgell. Edgell cutting back against the grain. He sees Hooley and Fulton bring him to the ground. Good play from Leeds. The game really opening up now, but Bradford's errors not helping their cause here. Smith. Here now is Miller. Miller finds Holroyd off the bench. Tackled 10 out. Leeds denied a try moments ago. Looking for one now. Here's Bird. Littlewood with it. Bird steps in and out. Little gap opens up, but there, all over him is Skirt. Last one for Leeds. Connor takes them on. Ball. Oh, beautiful pass. Beautiful pass. Great hands. Here they go in the corner. And that is McDonald again. Right place, right time. But that was beautiful from Jake Connor. Attracted all the defenders to him. The ball over the top. Watkins and Yes, it's a double for McDonald.
And 2 tries last week for the Irish international. In that loss to Castleford, and he's got 2 tries in the opening 30 minutes here. T. Headingley. In the end, Harry Newman, all he has to do is a simple 2v1. Jay Connor was switching down to the left-hand side before Bird is pulled down just about 5 metres away from the left-hand post. And then Connor is just able to move the ball forward, throw it over the top. Watkins to Newman. And in the end, it's a simple put down for James McDonald. But the Bulls are their own worst enemy at the moment.
Every time they get the ball inside the Leeds 30, they're coming up with an error. Now Connor looking for his 100th goal of the year. And this for a 6-point lead. How crucial that passage of play there for the Bulls. It's costly. Just feel when the game gets a bit loose, it actually suits Leeds more. That when it speeds up, it's Leeds who are on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here now is the kick from the sideline. Looks a pretty good strike. It is a pretty good strike. There's a century up for Connor. 2 more for him and 2 more for the Rhinos. They lead 12-6.
Connor over 80% with the boot. So reliable this season. And it's him that creates the devastation with the long ball over the top to Watkins, to Newman, and then to McDonald in the corner. To get his 10th try this season. As I mentioned there, 4 in the last 2.
Kurt Haggerty will not be happy. The Bulls are completing at just over 60%. And a lot of those errors have come in good ball area as well.
It's almost just a lack of respect for what they're doing. They started so well. And as we know, this game is over the course of 80 minutes. And it's the Rhinos now who are looking to perhaps punish the Bulls here inside the final 8 minutes of the first 40.
We've admired Bradford all year. Their desire to score tries is brilliant, but you've got to earn the right to score tries, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
You just seem a little bit unwilling just to be patient. You know, it's Holroyd again. Leeds rumble down to halfway. The news, if you've just switched on, Bradford led early on Armitage with a try, but a double for McDonald. But more worryingly, Mike Acevo has left the field with what we believe is a suspected broken arm. Now that could be a season-ending injury, and that, Kyle, would be a savage blow to Leeds Super League Grand Final hopes.
Absolutely. 29 tries on that left edge. You know, that combination between him and Ash Hanley has been electric. They're going to have to do it now without him. And you just wonder, you know, you get into grand finals, there's often not many tries scored, and how important it would be to have a weapon, a massive weapon on that left edge as well. Nicarima takes off.
Yeah, he gets it away. Here now is Akins. Bradford have lost Zach Fulton to a head injury assessment. Paposhi has come on as Atkin goes high across field. Edgell back, will collect it on the full inside the 20. Looking to counter, he's got Miller with him. Miller thought about passing the Bird, holds on in the end, but Leeds once again start nearer the 40 than their own line. Here's Edgell again, another carry from him.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he? Alfie Edgell.
No Hall on one side and now no Sevo on the other, so they've got the likes of Edgell. They've got Riley Lum as well, who could maybe come in and fill a spot. No, Ash Hanley at the moment, he's had appendicitis. He'll be back soon, I'm sure, but hits again for Leeds.
It's been quality, hasn't he, Ash Hanley?
He has. Brilliant. And now it's Smith. Finds Holroyd again. Connor waits. There's an error. Knock on. He's lost it, Holroyd. He's lost it. There's a bit of a discussion going on here about how that ball came out. They have got a challenge if they need it. Certainly a hand on the ball. Is it Gardner? But the referee is, well, the time's elapsed now anyway, so we get on with it. Wants him not to use their challenge. 5 to go to the break.
I think he just loses that ball, Mark. Nicholas Watton.
Well, normally at this stage, I'd ask you, who do you think's the happier coach? It's a slightly different question.
I don't think
who's the least unhappy?
I don't think either of them will be particularly happy with what they've saw. They will have some direction and some words to them at half-time, no doubt about that. I don't think Leeds will be panicking as such.
There's Will Gardner. Got a brief stint back on the field against Wakefield last Thursday. Oh, another misplaced pass. Ball's on the ground. This Bradford attack is misfiring at the moment. There are too many passes on the ground, and it's happening almost every set now.
No, I'll answer your question from before. It's Kurt Haggerty, I think, who'll be the most disappointed out of his side. You know, 67% before this ball goes down. It's another error. That's 7 or 8 errors they've made now. And probably all of them have came in the last 16 minutes.
Kurt Haggerty looking on.
Just can't afford to be turning the ball over cheaply against the best attacking team in the competition.
Yeah, Leeds have now lost Ben Littlewood. He's hobbled off the field, so he's gone straight into the dressing room as well. So as it stands, Leeds have got 15 fit players. To be really patient. His game time, Littlewood.
Presley Cassell, who's filling in that. Here he comes now. Normally a front rower, but he's playing out on this left edge.
He is. He's tackled. And a set restart again. Ill discipline. Smith gets it away. Jenkins. Atkin has enough of him to bring him to the ground. Here's Croft. Switches play back to Miller. Miller fires it there to Cassell. Gets it away. Here now is Connor. Connor sees it open up in front of him. Flicks the ball back. That's on the ground, but it's picked up by Croft, and he's taken to the ground. 25 out. Big passage of play this. If Leeds can get another score, they've got some breathing space for the first time today.
It hurts the balls if they get over here, Mark.
It does. Changes the game, you would say. Here now is Croft. Short pass here. Holroyd was on the charge. Nikarima gets him. Is that going to be another set restart? No. Miller's pass finds Jared O'Connor. He finds Jake Connor. Connor back here for Croft. Croft gets it away. He finds Jared O'Connor. Scores! O'Connor back in the side after missing Castleford last week. And he was in the right place at the right time. It opened up. There was nobody near him. 16 points to 6.
Jared O'Connor, he got to try it Magic Weekend against the Bulls. And he just scores one of theirs. Terry, lad watching on there. Jared O'Connor just opened up, and in the end it was a stroll over through the central part of the field. This is the Rhinos at the best for me, Mark. You know, when they cause havoc and chaos and keep the ball alive, it is incredibly difficult to defend. It doesn't always have to look perfect. But when they have bodies just anticipating, it's clear and obvious that they practice these scenarios in training, because there always seems to be a Rhino shirt in the picture. And Brodie Croft there, testing, wanted to run first, then just pops the pass up. And Jared O'Connor dives over.
Croft was almost just waiting. He was waiting to see what was going to unfold, and then he was going to follow the ball.
Yeah.
He comes up with it, and it's simple.
It's an ad-lib style of football, isn't it? And I do know that teams do practice them sort of scenarios, but the Rhinos, they remind me of the team that with Joel Moon and Adam Cuthbertson and the like, you know, a few years ago. And they were challenging for trophies. It's that style of football again. It's so difficult to defend.
Kick is good, and all of a sudden, having been 6 behind, it's 18 unanswered points for the Rhinos. Connor with his third kick from 3.
Yeah, it could have been worse as well, with Jake Connor getting a try chalked off. Again, this is champagne and vintage Rhinos. O'Connor on the end of it. The Bulls, their lack of respect for the ball has meant that they're in these sorts of positions. Loads of effort, don't get me wrong, but effort isn't enough at this level.
Can't help but feel the Bulls, as you said, have hurt themselves. 63% completion rate is not going to get you a win here at Headingley. That's a good kick. That's a good kick, though. Trouble there. Edgell came off the back fence. Thought he was going to get under it, and he's completely misjudged it.
Time's been called off there. 9 seconds or 8 seconds left on the clock. So they might just get one play here. Lockie Miller, when he was in this situation last time, got it all wrong. I don't think he'll do a short one this time though, Mark.
Only 8 seconds left. He'll hoof it as far as he can. Nice little bit of skill from Riley Dean. Oh, and then he produces a pass like that. That's picked up by Leeds, so the ball coughed up. And Bradford just need half-time. If there's a back pass to make, they're going to make it.
Well, that just sums up Bradford balls this half, doesn't it?
It does. Hand slaps all round for the Rhinos because they have turned what was a disappointing first passage of play into a commanding lead at half-time.
They're finishing top of the Betfred Super League for 2026 in a 12-point lead here. I fancy them going on and kicking on in this next 40, I really do.
Well, can Bradford respect the ball more in the second half than they did the first? This is swirling the sun, but Wynn takes it. That was a good catch in the end. Leeds, we're hoping to build on that lead. Both sides will be hoping to be better than they were in that first half. A little bit of injury news to bring you. Obviously, no, Ben Littlewood's got a hamstring. He will not be back. Sevo, we know, is out. As here come Bradford spreading it along the back line. Now there's a little break almost for Akins. Not good news. Nicarima has left the field as well for Bradford with a leg injury. Ooh, tell you what, that looked a strong challenge there from Holroyd. The good news for Bradford, Zach Fulton back out. He's past his HIA.
No, there is it's a tick in the box for the right edge back rower, but a huge loss for Nicarima, and yeah, that looks a bit uncomfortable, doesn't it?
Is that not a high tackle?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
To be fair to Phoenix Star, when he actually just bounced straight back up, didn't he? I wonder if he stays down there, he gets a different decision, but he got on with it. Fair play.
Yeah, we don't want to encourage that, do we?
Need to have it. Missing a few stars this week. Bradford will argue they've been missing a few stars every week, but the game is still at the minute in the balance. Leeds and Jenkins offload, but Mellor's all over O'Connor. Such a competitor, isn't he, Joe Mellor? Oh, that ball went forward off Miller. He's lost it. So an early error then from Leeds, and now it's Bradford who gets some cheap territory.
Yeah, an error in the opening set there for the Rhinos. Ball in hand, and it's Mellor. Again, you mentioned him about being a competitor, making a bit of a nuisance with himself there with Fulton in there too. 46 tackles a game, Joe Mellor this season. It's massive numbers.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
He's not the biggest of body either, is he?
That's what I mean. He's such a competitor. Ball goes in the scrum. Can Bradford fight back then? Tell you what, the fans of Wakefield and Wigan will be hoping that Bradford can put up a bit of a stand in this second half. Inside the 40.
6 more here.
Set restart. 6 more to come. Mellor short pass to Skur. Skur hit hard. Tackled. Centre field. Acker's looking. That's the ball away now to Sutton. Sutton carries. He's going to be turned away.
This is where Bradford were poor in the first half, Mark. They would end up throwing the ball down, but there's half a chance with Ackers there, just pulled down 20 metres away.
Not quite quick enough to get through the gap, but here's Mellor. Mellor gets it away now to Atkin. Atkin short pass. Akins finds Ethan Ryan. Ryan's got to cut back in and had the arm free, but no one to offload it to. Armitage, a try scorer, finds Atkin. He finds Mellor. Mellor gets it away to Riley Dean. He was wanting to pass, but good defence from Leeds. Last one for the Bulls. Well, they scored off a kick. Can they do same again here? Not with a kick like that, they won't. And they turn it over 5 out. But at least they did get to the end of the set. And that for Bradford in the Leeds half is something of a rarity this afternoon.
Yeah, they did, but it was a really poor kick from Joe Mellor in the end. Doesn't really test the Rhinos at all. Bird just looking to try and get some metres forward, but he's met by 3 players.
It's a nice run, McDonald. Early double for him. Here now, Newman exploding from behind the ruck area, fighting to get a quick play of the ball. Here's Miller, last one. He's got to fashion a kick outside of his boot. That's not a bad kick either, but is it going to slow up? Is it going to slow up? No, it's not. A bit too much on that one. And that'll be a 7-tackle restart for the Bulls. Here goes Akins now. Nice run from Ethan Ryan. Bulls score next. We've got a real contest on. Just getting an update on Jaden Nicarim. It's actually a shoulder, but he's been carrying a shoulder prop for a number of weeks now, and that is the problem. He's not going to return, so both sides doing it tough at the moment. As Riley Dean sends a high kick. This is going to be a tester. Ryan's after this. He's going to catch it. Gets it to Akin. Back to Ryan, and he's going to score. What a try! Ethan Ryan caught the ball. Nobody else wanted. An interchange of passes, and the Bulls are back in it. Wonderful try from Ryan. On his 200th career appearance, he's scored again.
Yeah, Ethan Ryan collects his 12th of the season. He got a try last week against the tabletop and chasing side that's Wakefield. But this was a nice little 1-2. Out competing the right edge of the Rhinos on the kick. And Ethan Ryan, I mentioned at the start of it all that it's perhaps one of Kurt Haggerty's best in a Bradford shirt, but he's in a spot of bother here.
Well, he had to twist out, didn't he, as he reached to put it down. And you wonder at what cost. He got injured earlier in the year, scoring a flying try in the corner, injured his shoulder.
It was a brilliant kick from Riley Dean. It had such height on it. But the Rhinos will be disappointed. There's around 5 shirts there against Ethan Ryan, and not one of them make a claim for the ball. Akin with the little 1-2 with Ryan. And the tackle from Croft there, that's the one that hurts him.
Well, he got a magic double against the Rhinos at the start of the month. This would be a problem. More injuries for the Bulls. Luke Hooley's going to wait to take the kick, but such a good try, but just had to reach out and rotate his body, and well, he's up on his feet now. The question is he going to be able to carry on? I'll tell you, we mentioned it earlier on, 200 games now, that's 137 tries. He's scored tries wherever he's been.
Certainly has. And this is his second stint at the Bulls as well. He spent some time over at Hull KR.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no foul play in it whatsoever. I think it's just Croft in desperation mode, but let's hope he's okay. It certainly looks like he's moving a little bit better, and you mentioned earlier about Wigan and Wakefield fans. We'll just be cheering that one in.
We will. We'll be cheering this kick in as well. Gets him within 6 if he can make it.
I mean, surely the Rhinos can't slip up and go back-to-back, can they?
Well, we're going to find out in the next 35 minutes or so. Ethan Ryan's try presents the kick for Hooley. This to get back within 6. Kick is good. The Bradford fans on that Western Terrace cheer. Another 2 for them, and it just keeps everyone on their toes. There is Ethan Ryan making his way back inside his own half. He doesn't look comfortable, but this is a great bit of play.
It is, but you'd be questioning defensively there. The Rhinos, they just missed their assignment. Not one of them making a claim, allowing Ethan Ryan just to get through and get a catch.
I raised this question yesterday. I was on with Cookie. It's becoming a modern-day trend where nobody tries to catch the ball. It's like, why don't they just catch it? I know they don't want to knock it on, that's the worry, but we see more and more tries scored where the team let the other team have the ball, they end up scoring.
Yeah, it just offers an opportunity for people just to switch off and clock off. Like, again, you get another look at it, there's 5 shirts in and around it, and everybody just almost thinks that it's somebody else's job. The ball is always the threat.
Seems a little bit strange to leave it, and it is becoming more and more costly. Bradford then on the back of points. Get the ball away. Here's Skur. Skur's going to offload it. Atkin then pounced upon, but he gets it. That's fair play. Carry on. Bradford are playing. Here now is Steinway. He had a pass there. He had Armitage streaking down the left centre position. Here's Ackers. Short pass to Mellor. Mellor inside the 40. Bumps off Watkins. Still going. Bradford are starting to play like Leeds did at the end of that first half. There's lots of runners looking for the ball. Last one. Here's Riley Dean. He's going to send it up again. Not quite the height on this one. Miller wobbles underneath. It does really well to catch that. That's a great catch from Miller. But look where the ball's turning over, right on the line.
Yeah, it's a great chase as well from Fulton there, just coming 10 metres across from his channel to trap Lockie Miller. That's 2 plays gone. It's the Rhinos who are under pressure at the moment, Mark. It's a decent carry from Bird.
Screaming for a penalty, but Bradford are trying to keep them penned in. Oh, now there's a player stayed down, holding his head. That's Bird, says there was a bang on the nose. Referee tells him to get on with it. And now they're going for the deep kick. Look at that for a kick from Connor. Look at this. This might be the biggest 40-20 ever. He kicked it from his own 10, and he's gone out on the Bradford 10. 80-metre kick. Sensational from Connor.
Well, it's a 15-15 mark, isn't it? He kicks it from inside his own half. Look, 15 metres away. And my goodness, how on earth has he done that?
He's kicked that 80 metres. What a kick. And here come Leeds. Talk about a momentum shift in this match. If they score off the back of that, there's a set restart for Leeds. Here's Croft. Here now is Cooper Jenkins. Everyone at Headingley's in awe of that kick. He boomed it. Here now is Connor looking for runners. One of them is Watkins. Watkins, 5 out from the line. Can Bradford, who they had Leeds penned in, they were looking good, but here now goes Holroyd. Holroyd to the line. He thinks he's scored. Referee's having a good look, and the referee says he has scored. Oh, now he's just checking. He's checking with the assistant on the near side. And the trialling is going to be handed upstairs here. Now, what will the decision be? Holroyd and the Leeds players in the vicinity thought he'd scored straight away. Let's see what his decision is. He's going to hand this one upstairs. There's no try. It goes up to Chris Kendall. There's no try on field.
Okay, we have a live call of no try. We're checking to see if the ball gets to the ground and any potential double movement. Let's watch it first in full speed. Right, okay, so the ball does get to the ground, to the line. You can see that there. Let's now watch it in full speed and dissect it. So it's short at this point. Is it then promoted, or is part of this just part of the tackle and also Mellor pulling at the arm? Let's watch it again in full speed. Okay, in my view, this is all part of the tackle. There's no clear re-promotion of the ball. It is short originally, but it just gets to the line as part of the tackle. So this is going to be a try.
Well, they've had a look at it. Chris Kendall, he's happy that was all one scoring motion, and it is a try for Tom Holroyd, and Leeds on the back of that Jake Connor monster kick now have a 10-point lead.
Yeah, it was a huge play from Jake Connor. Really man of steel. Just pulls out an ace card when the side actually needed it the most in this game. And it was a monster kick. I don't think I've ever quite seen anything like this. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Well, I labelled it a 40-20, but it is in effect a 20-40, isn't it? Because he's inside his 20. He just kicked it that far. Unbelievable.
And Nicholas Watton just being direct. Route 1. Just runs over the top of Steinway. Gets the ball down. The kick from that man there was sensational, Mark.
It was. There's another 2 for Connor. The points starting to flow now from the tries in the opening 10. of the second half. That card might be getting a bit of use this afternoon. Jake Connor. This is just Bradford had them penned in. This was about tackle 4, and he's just monstered it.
That's why he's paid the big bucks, Mark, to come up with special plays like that. He's a talent, no doubt about it. That really does mentally hurt you when you feel like you've just scored a try, you're back into it, a 6-point ball game, you've got the Rhinos on the rack, and then Connor just pulls that out.
Yeah. Here's Croft. Finds Watkins, gets it away now to Miller. He fires it to Jared O'Connor, finds Cameron Smith. Smith inside the 10-metre spot, just short of halfway. O'Connor gets it away. Jenkins will lead the charge again. And now it's Croft. Back on the angle, McDonald looking for a hat-trick. He's taken the ground in the sun here at Headingley. Cracking day and a cracking contest as well. O'Connor this time. Gets it to Connor, who sends it high. They're going to let it bounce. Batted back straight into the arms of Croft, and he scores! Oh, Connor Wynn couldn't take it. Brodie Croft accepts the gift. Back-to-back scores for Leeds. Talk about a game-defining passage of play. And Jake Connor's got his fingerprints and his bootlaces all over it.
He sure has. It was a huge towering kick. It splits the centre, it splits the winger on the fullback and goes into no man's land. Connor Wynn has to come a long, long way. He can't get there in time to collect it on the full. The ball bounces and it hits his left hand. And it just presents an absolute gift there for Brodie Croft. 7 tries in the last 3 games for Croft and 23 in total. This is a half who just cannot stop scoring. But he may not score an easier try than that for the remainder of this season. Again, a huge, huge kick there from Connor. Winning all sorts. Aiken trying his very best there to pull down Croft. So there was only ever going to be one outcome from the moment it arrives into the right hand of Brodie Croft. It's another Leeds Rhinos try.
Kick is good. Well, Bradford scored the first point second half. They thought they had Leeds in the pressure zone, but like a genie out of the bottle, Connor got them out, and no wonder he's smiling. He has just come up with a couple of huge plays for his side.
Absolutely, he has. Again, the kick is excellent, isn't it? It just lands in a difficult part of the field with the sun burning down into their eyes. Croft, the beneficiary. They're coming again here.
Yeah, here's Croft. A try score. I mentioned earlier that Marcus Evil will still probably end up top scorer. That is highly up for debate, isn't it, really?
6 away now, Brodie Croft.
His teammate might catch him. Sevo out with what we understand is a potential broken arm. And I think Leeds will be very worried about that, and that will be confirmed in the next couple of days. Here's Croft, gets it away to Watkins. Watkins tackled 40 out. It's important here Bradford don't just capitulate here, but you just think that Leeds playing like this, once we said in the first half, once they put speed into the game, it's a different beast.
Just too difficult to stop.
Here he goes again, another steepling high kick. Aikens waits underneath it. McDonald after him. And McDonald smashes it into midriff. Perfectly timed, perfectly fair tackle.
It must be an awful job there, alone on your own at fullback. Sun in your eyes and feeling the Rhinos' right edge just chasing you down. Goes ever so well, does Cable and Aikens.
It's Hooley. Well, Ethan Ryan's try looked to have been a turning point. NRL action to come across the weekend, all underway on Thursday. If you're getting stuck into that. NRLW as well across the weekend. Here's Ackers, back to Riley Dean, on in place of the injured Nick Arena. That kick just held up on the wind. Edgell will take it. He'll bring it forward. Speaking of NRLW, all gets underway, 2:35 AM. Sharks against the Tigers. Here's a chance for Miller. Croft was in support. He always seems to be in support these days. Miller's lost his boot. Newman carries up to halfway. Is it going to blow out against the Bulls, or can they hang tough here? But Leeds with those 2 tries. Quick hands, no look pass, finds Bird. He sends Edgell down the wing. Wynn gets back but doesn't make the tackle. Edgell cuts in field, chopped down 25 out.
It's a no-look put-out ball there from Connor. It's ridiculous.
Here now is Smith, short pass, here goes Holroyd again. Dumps it back, Steinway in the right spot at the right time, saves the Bulls.
Clinging on. And clinging on now at Bradford. The pace that the Rhinos are playing with, it's making it difficult to deal with. And there goes Holroyd, nearly sets Croft off again.
Here's Hooley. Depended on the 40, just 8 appearances for Leeds. Short stay here. Here's Mellor. Is it to Atkins? Short pass Steinway. He's wrapped up on halfway. It's over a quarter of the game to go. Bulls need points. Again, that holds up on the wind. Edgell getting underneath. He's made that look easy. And he now is breaking away, but Connor Wynn. He's little, isn't he, in stature? But I'll tell you what, he's got the heart as big as a lion.
Oh, he's had a decent afternoon. As Mikolaj Oledzki returns to the fold here, he'll be looking for a decent carry.
Well, 6 again for Bradford to defend. As here goes Newman. Newman turns, finds a pass, gets it away to O'Connor. O'Connor takes 7 or 8 more meters downfield. Once again, Leeds speeding things up. Here now is Brodie Croft, finds Callum Watkins. Watkins angles back across, straightens things up. Tackle 25 away now. Jared O'Connor finds Smith, gets it away to Jake Connor. Here now on the angle is Presley Cassell, almost through. Tackled 10 out, wanted a quick play of the ball. Here it comes now to Jake Connor, fires it to Miller. Miller can't quite get there. He's still on his feet. I think he was thinking about reaching out there. They're going down this near side. Connor with a no-look pass, knocked on by Ryan. I think he might have taken a fingertip off a Bradford player prior to that anyway. But Ryan couldn't gather it in, and the Bulls are sucking in some big ones now. They are running out of gas.
Well, I'll tell you something there. The ball this time, the no-look ball from Connor goes to ground. But he gives his right edge some telling off. He feels that perhaps they weren't in the shape that he wanted them to be.
Jake Connor. I'm sure his coach will be a little bit happier. Certainly that last passage of play, the quick fire tries for the Rhinos have swung it firmly in favour of Leeds, who look like they're going to go too clear at the top.
He can be a bit more relaxed now, you would feel. I don't think he'll have been overly nervous. I just think even when you watch this Rhinos outfit, Mark, that when they're in close games, you just know that they've got so many destructive and devastating players, whether they come up with something as an individual brilliance or so often as we've seen this year where they just keep the ball alive, they find someone in space, they can score from anywhere.
Well, Fulton's getting treatment for a blood injury. I think Steinway has just left the field for the Bulls. Fulton looks like he's going to be okay to carry on. It's Barry Mack. Enjoying his day here at Headingley. Had some good run-ins with the Bulls in days gone by. He was with Stuart Fielder on the pitch earlier on. Penalty, Bradford offside. Jake Connor says we'll have another scrum here. He wants to go to the scrum because now they can't jump offside.
All 3 of them on that right edge there. Fulton, Hooley, Wynn. Every one of them had jumped the gun. This is where the Rhinos are dangerous with speed, Mark.
Yeah. Well, there's no Sevo on that left-hand side. He's gone off that suspected broken arm. That is the The official line, here's Croft. Croft takes it in. He's tackled 5 out. Now a set restart. Here goes Oledzki. Jared O'Connor waits at dummy half. Jake Connors just stood right behind him. Now he comes to the right. And now the short pass here to Cooper Jenkins. Slips a tackle and scores. Too easy that time. Bradford ripped apart. Jake Connor pulling the strings again. This time it's Cooper Jenkins with a try for the Rhinos.
Yeah, Cooper Jenkins there in that double-up shape. Jake Connor, just before the ball's played, he just tells him just to hang a bit deeper and arrive onto this at speed. And Cooper Jenkins, who has been sensational in that front row position for the Rhinos, he just takes another step back, gets the timing on his run. Him and Watkins doubling up on one defender and making the Bradford player make a difficult call, but has to be said, Elliot Poposhi needs to be stronger in that moment. Take nothing away from Cooper Jenkins, just arriving at speed. There's enough upper body strength about him to get another Rhinos try.
Ever present, and his 6th try of the season. He's having a wow of a year, Cooper Jenkins. We've said this before, we talk a lot about getting your recruitment right, and he's a player that's come in, probably not on the biggest contract, but he's come in and all of a sudden he's become a massive part of this team.
Yeah, relatively unknown, but he's fit into this system exceptionally well.
Connor 5 from 5, looking to make it 6 from 6. Floats it through the middle. To be fair, I think you could put him on the pitch and Odsley's still kick it here this afternoon. He's just kicked everything, hasn't he?
Yeah. Another try assist to his name. Big men running hard.
Go back. All those chances first half where the Bulls coughed up possession. And now it's hurting them now.
Themselves
That's
here.
out on the full. Foot over the sideline. Ball collected by Bird. And back to the halfway line we come. This could be a long old 18 minutes for the Bradford Bulls.
I think it is. 50 points to 16, Mark. It was at Magic Weekend.
Yeah. Wouldn't rule out a similar score here, would you?
No.
Leeds points difference proving well worth it, because it is tight at the top, as we've already pointed out. Leeds go to Wakefield in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, I mean, what it does, Mark, really is it almost allows you to afford another loss as Croft looks to get through.
Oh, he's still going, Brodie Croft. Turned it back, but Newman couldn't take it in.
Just back to my point there, they won't want to lose another game, far from it, but that points difference is so big. And if you were to get beat, they'll want this league leaders' shield, no doubt about it.
They've got games, they've got Wakefield and Lee back-to-back. Toulouse at home next week, then it's Wakefield and Lee. York, St Helens, Wigan and Hull rounds off their regular season campaign.
I mean, if you were going off the form guide, you'd argue that there's potentially 2 banana skins in there. We never know. Only look what happened last weekend.
Well, Lee and Wigan and Wakefield in the Cup, so they have lost to all 3 of those teams already this year. So maybe it's not as cut and dried as we'd think. Leeds will hope it is as cut and dried as many people think. Here come Bradford, working their way out of their own end. That Ethan Ryan try seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? As good as it was.
Oof. Decent pick-up there. Dip in there for Sutton.
Now the ball with Dean, gets it away. Cooley wrapped up. Short of the 40. Bradford trying to put some impetus into their play. Connor Wynn takes some more meters and finds an offload as well. Good offload. Here's Atkin flooding through the middle up to the 40. Better from the Bulls. Not giving up hope just yet. Dean just gonna kick down the sideline. That's gonna wobble its way, but Miller won't let it go into touch. Gets out of one tackle, gets out of another, finds a pass. Wowzers, it's like he's playing sevens again. Oh, there's a shot.
Alfie Edgell folded there. But look at this. Brilliant play from the fullback. I think most fullbacks would just let that go over the sideline, Mark. I really do.
Now a penalty. Memorial this. Look at that. There's been a few big shots gone in today. I mean, that one from Sevo was massive, but it came at a great personal cost. Well, they're 36-12 up. They're playing at home. There's 15 minutes remaining. They're chancing their arm, aren't they, on their skill? And why shouldn't they?
They backed themselves all year. The style they play is very different to everybody else, I believe.
Here's a run from Cassell. Cassell, there is Mike Sevo. He's got his shirt on now. Arm in a sling, and that will be a worry. Suspected broken arm is the official line pitch side. Ball now here to Jake Connor. Gets it away to Brodie Croft. Croft finds Watkins. A big gap. He's waiting for support. It arrives from Miller. He passed it against Sutton. And the referee said it's a forward pass. And that was a chance, you feel, that Leeds have just thrown on the floor.
Yeah, Callum Watkins goes through and he's just looking around to see where's everybody else. Lockie Miller snaps underneath him. And in doing so spills the ball. This is just too easy. Watkins there ghosting through, puts the brakes on. And then Miller, I think, as he's going to find Jared O'Connor, ends up losing the ball. Not Callum Watkins as well, Mark. Callum Watkins.
Yeah.
Still looks like he's got plenty of years left in him.
He's a Rolls Royce of a player.
Yeah.
Oh, juggle, Poposhi. Did he keep hold of it? He did. He's a magician. He's persuaded the referee anyway that he hung on to it. Another look at this. Did he? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Great work. As Evan Skur takes it forward. 13 remaining. This might be a better angle. Ooh, I'm not so sure on that second. I think the ball hit the ground, but we'll see. That's one for Bradford. Armitage finds Riley Dean. Thumps it high. Again, the wind will blow it back. Edgell takes it beautifully. Now he looks to counter. And that's a decent tackle from the Bulls. But once again, they're starting on the 40-metre line here. Edgell's had a couple of tough kicks to deal with today. Done it well. 12 got to go here. Here's Bird, short pass, gets it away. Newman with the footwork, flicked it away. Now Crofts put it down. Well, you get the feeling they're leaving a few points on the board here.
They are. That's the 14th error from the Rhinos. Now, granted, some of them are from runs like that, you know, that on another day they catch them, they go through, but 14 mistakes from the Rhinos. They can't afford to be doing that as they head towards the back end of the season.
There's not a great deal coming back, though, is there, Bradford? I feel that their race is run here.
Yeah.
They won't want to go home on the other end of another 50-point beating. Armitage got the opening try of the match. Gave Bradford the lead. Here's Fulton. Ackers finds Atkin. Atkin gets it away to Skur, dumps it back now for Ackers. Here's Atkin again. Atkin turns it back for Riley Dean. Dean going to be wrapped up just on halfway. Just had that spell, didn't they, when they scored? They had Leeds penned in, and we go back to that monster kick from Jake Connor that has turned this game on its head. Oh, that's a dubious pass, so Leeds have got it anyway. So the referee, I think, had already blown for a forward pass. And it's all getting a bit scrappy in the sun here in the Super League on Sunday.
No, it's been a scrappy contest, hasn't it, throughout the whole 70 minutes that we've witnessed so far. Again, I make that. Nearly enough 23, 24 errors in the game. The Rhinos there registered 36 points at home.
Haggerty We've got Hulkar, Warrington and Lee their next three, so they're in the midst of one of those runs where every week seems to be a really tough fixture, playing some of the playoff contenders over a month. Here's O'Connor, finds Watkins. We'll hear from both coaches after the game. Both coaches have lost players to injury as well. Here now is Mikolaj Alecki, falls through the tackle. The Leeds fans wanting more points. Just the 3 tries, second half for Leeds. 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. Miller finds McDonald, who got 2 of those first half tries. Gets an offload away to Watkins. He finds Miller. Miller now swings the ball wide to Jake Connor. Connor just has a bit of a stand and ponders. Gets away from Riley Dean, but Dean will get in with help from Hooley. And that's a 6 again. Well, even when he's getting tackled, he's dominating the game.
Riley Dean just in there too long.
The work that Brad Arthur has done, the improvement he has got out of Jake Connor is nothing short of sensational.
Yeah, took him to another level.
Yeah. Here's Croft. Gets it away to Watkins. 10 out. Well, more points. There is the man behind Jake Connor right now. Here is Smith. Gets it away to Connor. Short pass. Cassell. Big challenge goes in there. There was a big collision there. Everyone up on their feet okay. Leeds knocking on the door. Here now is a short pass, and that was taken in by the substitute Nicholson. Last one for Leeds. Here's Miller. Fires it. Interception. Interception. Armitage has got Ethan Ryan. He needs to slip in the ball if he can. He does. He did, and he dropped it. Oh, my word. Guy Armitage did everything right. Ethan Ryan was eyeing up the try line, and he forgot to catch it.
Yeah, Lockie Miller just releases that ball. He's looking for the centre. Then Guy Armitage races away. Just before the halfway line, Ethan Ryan just spills the ball. And a chance for the Bulls to have a final say in this game. You would have bet all money that Ethan Ryan would have collected that mark and went all the way, wouldn't you?
Harry Newman was after him. It would have been an interesting race. He did everything right until he did the big thing wrong. Ryan can't add to his earlier try. Well, there's been slim picking second half for Bradford. That felt like a big chance for them. And back come Leeds on the attack again. Here's Croft, short pass. Looking to get Bird away over on that far side. Another 16,500 here, but another error from Leeds. And it's all just gone a little bit wrong in the closing stages.
Incorrect play of ball, and Jack Bird can complain all he wants.
Well, they're going to challenge it, I think. I think they're going to challenge it. 7 minutes remaining, why not?
He was pretty adamant, wasn't he?
Challenge. Leeds counting the rule in a big.
That was the incorrect play.
Incorrect play of the ball there. Have a look at this. Let's have a look what happens here. Just moves off his feet, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a bit more responsibility there. He's feeling that Luke Hooley perhaps is just lending weight there, but he's just trying to play it quick before regaining his feet. Momentum takes him forward, so unsuccessful. And another mistake for the Rhinos.
Yeah, so it'll be a play of the ball, 30 out, and well, they're down at 67% now, Leeds.
Well, I'm just thinking there. I mean, I suppose the question is how on earth do you register 36 points when you're completing at 67%?
Yeah.
No, the two numbers don't normally go together, man.
No, they don't, but it's going to be a win, and that, I think, is all important now. We mentioned that they've got Toulouse here, and then some big games in terms of that playoff race. So here's Atkin now, gets it away to Akins.
Oh, big shot.
Big shot from McDonald, knock on from Akins.
A brilliant shot there from McDonald, and look at how much it means. O'Connor in there, Croft all high-fiving James McDonald. Just gives Nicarima no time whatsoever. Just dictates with his right shoulder.
He's had a good game again, McDonald. Akins would want that moment again. Ball just got a little bit frayed around the edges, but it is going to be Leeds who are too clear at the top, but it's a win that's covered a loss. Ben Littlewood's hamstring will be concerning, but not nearly as concerning as Mike Acevo's potential broken arm. That could rule him out for a number of weeks. Here's Connor, finds Presley Cassell, operated in the back row. Bit of an unusual role for him. Now it's Nicholson-Watt takes it forward. Connor, Danny Levi at the moment. Horror injury he got last week at Castleford. Hopefully he'll be on the mend soon. Connor hits it away. Here now is Smith, finds Jake Connor, short pass, Cassell bumps off one, bumps off two, and he's dragged down eventually 5 out from the line. Thought he was going to go again there, the young back rower. Oh, play the ball properly, that's what he does. Here's Miller. Finds Smith, they're lining up here now. Pick your player, there's Watkins, there's the pass. We're watching the Jake Connor show, live in full, Sunday afternoon at Headingley. The man is running it, absolutely running it.
Yeah, he's having fun out there, isn't he? Jake Connor with a no-look pass there for Watkins, who's threatened that line once before. This time, he goes straight through. But it was the work from James McDonald on Caleb Akins to dislodge that ball, put them in the field position for this play to be ran. It goes Miller, Cam Smith out the back, Jake Connor just delay, no luck there in between Armitage and Fulton. Alan Watkins, the evergreen. Alan Watkins scoring once more at Headingley Stadium. It's his second try this season, ever present in all 20 games in Super League for Callum Watkins. Jake Connor just put that one on a plate for him.
Yeah, he did. Can he keep his perfect run going? He's 6 of 6. Seven tries from the Rhinos. Oh, bit of a false start there from Jake. He's only got 18 seconds, so he needs to get a bit of a shift on here.
That's a little look.
Yeah. How long have they got? Just enough. Well, he resets himself, and he slots it straight through the middle. No panic in the end. 42 points to 12. 4 minutes remaining here. It's going to be the treble of the season for the Rhinos over the Bulls. No doubt about that. The Bulls on another day might have come away with a little bit more. But Watkins, the latest try scorer.
The Rhinos. Jake Connor wearing that famous number 7 shirt, Mark. Got so many different nice subtleties to his game this afternoon, but I can't help but think to go back to that moment, that huge clearing kick, that 20-40. Changed the game.
He did. Bradford had Leeds penned in. There were 6 behind at that point. They had them penned in their own 20. And that kick, and within 3 minutes they'd scored 2 tries. And that defined the match.
A real momentum changer.
It was. It was a kick that sends Leeds 2 clear. Here they come again, going through the hands. Here's Bird, tackled. They've rolled downfield here. Is there time for one more for Leeds? Bradford will hope not. Ball now to Connor, turns it back for the big fella. Got a try earlier on. Holroyd tackle. Bradford trying to cling on. Here's Connor again, just smooths it on to Croft. Croft rolls a kick in, looks to be too much on it, there is.
Too long there from Brodie Croft. It's the right idea, there's a high line and space in behind, but Croft can't just get the execution of the kick just right, and there's just under 3 minutes to go here.
Here's Riley Dean. Puts it away to Luke Hooley. Bradford led and then got within 6, 5 minutes into the second half, but they just could not keep it going. Leeds have run away with it. Holroyd, Croft, Jenkins and Watkins tries in the second half. Here's Sutton. And they get a consolation here. Short pass finds Evan Skur. Oh, he got the offload the way it was on, but there's a penalty here, I think. Well, they're saying offside, but Bradford are surely just going to thump this into touch, are they? No, they're going to tap it. Here's Hooley. Is there a consolation for the Bulls? Ackers gets it away. Short pass. Paposhi upended. Felt that as well. Well, the number of Bradford fans will be hoping they can get a consolation. Here's Armitage. Made that break on the interception, didn't he? But no points. Here now is Akins. Akins goes down the short side. Looks to get it back. Here's a chance for Atkin. Atkin, no support with him. He's tackled 10 away. Last chance for the Bulls here. Ackers, slow play of the ball. Gets it away to Sutton. Short pass to Gardner. He's upended. Last one. Bradford lining up to the left. No, they're going right. Here's Riley Dean. Puts the kick in. Back to Dean. Dean gets it. Oh, Wings dropped it. He's dropped it. Wow. How's your look, Bradford? How's your look?
Riley.
When he got it back, they looked. So if he'd have just passed it to the man next to him, they'd have scored, wouldn't they?
That's easier said than done, Mark. This is thinking at 100 miles an hour. He beats one and then just sees Connor win out wide and throws in the pass, but he ends up spilling the ball. 29th error of this game.
Yeah, there's been a few good tries as well. Reaction to come here. Leeds just running down the clock. And at the end of what has been a day that sees them go too clear at the top. There's a couple of tackles here. Now the Connor will take the tackle and that will do it. 42 points to 12. Leeds are back. 2 clear at the top. 3rd win on the season for the Rhinos over the Bulls. Brad Arthur, there'll be plenty to take out of that one. Plenty of improvements to be made. But they're back on the winning thread, having lost for the first time in 8 last week. They're back with a win here. And Bradford will go home beaten. Second half really turned on that Jake Connor effort. Smiles all around the game, played in good spirit. Scruffy at times, Kyle, but jobbed up for the Rhinos.